Muy buenas tardes, señorías. Buenas tardes. Vamos a abrir la sesión en esta ocasión para la constitución de la Comisión de Investigación sobre la gestión del presidente del Centro de Investigaciones Sociológicas, y para ello, en primer lugar, voy a pedir a los letrados que lean los miembros de la comisión para comprobar las asistencias.
Alonso Pérez, José Ángel. Álvarez García, Melania. Armas González, Aniceto Javier. Barcos Berruezo, Miren Usue ha excusado su asistencia. Belmonte Sánchez, Teresa María. Beltrán Villalba, Ana María. Bueno Campanario, Eva Patricia. Colomé García, Gabriel. Foronda Vaquero, Salvador. ¿Perdón? Gracias. Franco Pardo, José Manuel. García Navarro, Miriam. González Menéndez, Pablo. Gordillo Moreno, Ángel Pelayo. Izquierdo Roncero, José Javier. López Zapata, Carmen Belén. Luengo Zapata, Antonio. Macías Mateos, María Teresa. Magdaleno Alegría, Antonio. Martínez Maillo Toribio, Fernando. Miranda de Larra Arnaiz, Alejo Joaquín. Mogo Zaro, César Alejandro. Ortiz Vilella, Eva. Gracias. Pardo Pumar, María José. Reniu Vilamala, Josep María. Sánchez Roca, Inmaculada. Sanz Vitorio, Juan José. Serrano Sánchez Capuchino, Alfonso Carlos. Silván Rodríguez, Antonio. Tirado Ochoa, Vicente. Uribe Echevarría, Apalategui, Luis Jesús. Lleves Leal, Lucía. Zubiaga, Gárate, Mario. Vale.
Muy bien. Pues el siguiente paso es constituir la mesa de esta comisión. Como saben, tenemos los artículos 2 y 3 el artículo 53 del reglamento en los apartados 2 y 3, y vamos a elegir un presidente, 2 vicepresidentes y 4 secretarios de la mesa. Si hay consenso, como suele ser lo habitual, con una candidatura de consenso o por una amplísima mayoría, es suficiente. Se me ha hecho llegar una. Voy a pasar a leer esa candidatura. Para la presidencia de la Comisión de Investigación, Antonio Luengo, del Grupo Parlamentario Popular. La vicepresidenta primera, Teresa Belmonte, del Grupo Parlamentario Popular. El vicepresidente segundo, Gabriel Colomé, del Grupo Parlamentario Socialista. La secretaria primera, Lucía Lleves, del Grupo Parlamentario Popular. Y la secretaria segunda, Eva Patricia Bueno, del Grupo Parlamentario Socialista. ¿Hay consenso sobre esta candidatura? ¿Alguien quiere salvar su voto o abstenerse? Sí, vamos a ir en orden. ¿Algún grupo quiere intervenir? Pues empezamos entonces por el Grupo Nacionalista Vasco.
Arratsaldeon, simplemente para manifestar que me abstendré en esta votación de la mesa.
Muy bien. Muchísimas gracias. Grupo Plural.
También manifestamos la abstención del Grupo Plural.
Muchas gracias. Izquierdas por la Independencia.
Gracias, presidente. Para que conste en acta nuestra abstención en este proceso de elección. Gracias.
Entiendo que el resto de señorías están a favor de la candidatura de consenso. Si es así, la damos por aprobada, y lo que pido a continuación es que los miembros que han resultado elegidos, los que he leído anteriormente, tomen posición aquí de su cargo en la primera sesión de esta comisión de investigación. Muchísimas gracias.
Muy bien. Bueno, buenas tardes a todos. En primer lugar, quiero agradecer a todos la confianza que han depositado en mí para presidir esta comisión y quiero aprovechar la oportunidad para animarles a trabajar con rigor, con seriedad. Tenemos la oportunidad de que esta comisión contribuya de forma directa a garantizar la transparencia y, sobre todo, a devolver ese rigor que necesita el Centro de Investigaciones Sociológicas. Por lo tanto, espero que haya concordia, que haya colaboración y que trabajemos todos de manera totalmente coordinada y que no haya ningún contratiempo. Y sin más asuntos que tratar, antes de levantar la sesión, sí me gustaría indicarles a los portavoces que ahora, cuando se levante la sesión, se acerquen, por favor, porque vamos a hacer una mesa de portavoces y de la mesa. Muchas gracias.
Contrata ahora la cuenta online y llévate un 2,5% de rentabilidad el primer año.
¿Postre puede ser?
Cuenta online Sabadell. La cuenta corriente menos corriente. Hazte cliente en bancosabadell.com.
Cuando vas de vacaciones en verano, típico que te cruzas con mucha gente. A no ser que vayas a Andorra, porque con su 90% de naturaleza, con lo que te cruzas es con ríos, lagos, flores, rebecos y, sobre todo, te cruzas contigo mismo. Y sin darte cuenta, te has cruzado todo el país. Atípica la Andorra.
authorities. Let me be clear at the outset of today's hearing. The Secret Service has a no-fail mission, and there must be answers and accountability for what occurred. The security failures must be identified and addressed to ensure that they never, ever happen again. That work is already well underway. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Pennsylvania State Police have active and ongoing criminal investigations. The Secret Service has begun an internal investigation. Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, has announced a bipartisan independent law enforcement review. And later this week, Congress will vote on a resolution to establish a task force on the attempted assassination. This committee also has begun its oversight as well. Yesterday, as the chairman indicated, I joined a bipartisan group of committee members on a visit to the Butler Farms show grounds. We walked the site where the attack occurred. We saw the layout, buildings, and infrastructure for ourselves. We met with local officials and the county sheriff. Today's hearing is the next step in our oversight, and I hope it will be a productive one in keeping with the seriousness of the issue at hand. We must understand what happened in Butler and take corrective action to ensure the security of every Secret Service protectee. I hope to hear from our witnesses today about how state and local law enforcement work with the Secret Service and other federal agencies at these events and where coordination and communication must be improved. While we can have policy differences as Americans, we must be united in condemning political violence in all its forms. There simply is no place for it in our democracy. The attempted assassination is another tragic example of the threat high-powered weapons like the AR-15 pose to our communities and to police officers trying to keep us safe. These weapons have killed regular Americans from all walks of life. Concert goers, church goers, movie goers, grocery shoppers, workers, and yes, even school children. I'm an avid hunter and law-abiding gun owner, but believe strongly that we must do more to keep these weapons off our streets and out of the wrong hands. As we continue our oversight of the events of July 13th, I hope the committee will work at the terrible toll that these weapons are taking and look at them and make some kind of policy decisions to keep them out of the hands of a lot of people who don't deserve them. They are military-style weapons. We use them to our men and women to defend people on the battlefield. Our neighborhoods and our communities are not battlefields. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for holding this hearing and the witnesses for being here today. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields. Other members of the committee are reminded that opening statements may be submitted for the record, and without objection, the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Kelly, is permitted to sit on the dais and ask questions to the witnesses. I will say that votes just got called, and so what we'll do is let our witnesses do each of their 5 minutes, then we'll go into recess and come back with questions following our vote series. Does that sound good to you, Ranking Member? I'm pleased to have an important panel of witnesses before us today. I ask that our witnesses please rise and raise their right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give before the Committee on Homeland Security of the United States of Representatives will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated. Let the record reflect that the witnesses have answered in the affirmative. I would now like to formally introduce our witnesses. Colonel Christopher Paris serves as the Commissioner for the Pennsylvania State Police. In this role, he exercises command, administrative, and fiscal authority over the Pennsylvania State Police, the 10th largest police agency in the United States. Commissioner Paris has served in the Pennsylvania State Police since his enlistment in 1999. Thank you for the support getting to the site yesterday. Mr. Patrick Yos currently serves as the President, National Fraternal Order of Police. In this role, Mr. Yos leads the order and its more than 367,000 law enforcement members in representing police officers and the profession. Prior to taking his current role, Mr. Yos served an impressive 36 years as an active law enforcement officer. I thank the witnesses for being here today, and I now recognize Colonel Paris for 5 minutes to summarize his opening statement.
Chairman Green, Ranking Member Thompson, Homeland Security Committee members, good morning. I am Colonel Christopher Paris, Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police. I would like to take this opportunity to offer our condolences on the passing of Congresswoman Lee. I would also like to take this opportunity to express our condolences to the Comparator family and offer our continued prayers to Mr. Dutch, Mr. Copenhaver, as well as former President Trump as they continue to recover. I'm humbled to be here today and testify about a tragic incident which has deeply impacted the Butler community, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and our nation. I would like to dedicate my testimony here today to the approximately 6,400 women and men, civilian and enlisted, of the PSP who work tirelessly for Pennsylvania, and it is my honor to lead them. I'd like to offer a perspective that this is very much an ongoing, complex, and dynamic investigation. And each day, as we arrive at day 10 today, I learn multiple new facts as we uncover new information as the investigation progresses. I'd like to offer a point of clarification affirmatively about PSP's role. Prior to the shooting, our role was to support the Secret Service with personnel and assets that they requested. Our operation plan completed to fulfill this responsibility consisted of 32 members, and we had two main responsibilities: a motorcade operation for the transportation with the Secret Service of former President Trump, as well as manning and staffing security posts inside the secure area of the Butler County Farm Show. Additionally, we provided two marked cars with uniformed troopers outside of the secure perimeter to provide roving duties, as the name implies, responding to incidents that may occur as a large gathering of people were moving to the venue. After the shooting, very early after the shooting, I had a conversation with the FBI wherein the FBI is the responsible investigating agency for the attempted assassination of a former president under federal law. The same actions that led to that also led to the homicide of one Pennsylvanian and the attempted homicide of two additional, as well as the use of force by the Secret Service counter-sniper to neutralize the threat of Mr. Crooks, thus necessitating an officer-involved shooting investigation. So the PSP currently is conducting a criminal investigation parallel to and in concert with the FBI to identify any and all parties criminally culpable under Pennsylvania state law for the homicide and for the attempted homicides. And as I said, we are additionally conducting an investigation into the U.S. Secret Service counter-sniper who neutralized the threat posed by Crooks after he opened fire. I've been recently briefed about the Department of Homeland Security's commissioned after-action report. I can tell you that the Pennsylvania State Police will fully cooperate with that investigation, and it's my hope that I can answer some questions here today without sacrificing that ongoing investigation and prove to be of value to the committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Paris. I now recognize Mr. Yos for 5 minutes to summarize his opening statement.
Good morning, Chairman Green, Representative Thompson, and distinguished members of the House Committee on Homeland Security. My name is Patrick Yos, and I'm the National President of the Fraternal Order Police, the nation's oldest and largest law enforcement labor organization. I'd like to first take this opportunity to recognize a long-term member of Congress and a member of this committee, Sheila Jackson Lee, for her contribution to great work done here in Washington. I want to thank you for providing me with an opportunity to appear before you today on behalf of the 377,000 members of the Fraternal Order of Police as this committee examines the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump just 10 days ago. Before I begin my testimony, I want to express my admiration for the Secret Service agents who jumped into action and protected the former president. Rarely does the public witness just how selfless these agents are, placing themselves between flying bullets and their protectee. They, along with state and local law enforcement officers on the scene that day, demonstrated extraordinary courage. I also want to extend my thoughts and prayers to the family of Corey Comparator and the others who were injured that day. My testimony today will not be specific to the attempted assassination of President Trump. Instead, I hope to provide a perspective of state and local law enforcement when providing support and assistance to these events. We must remember that the law enforcement mission is a shared mission, and agencies at every level routinely cooperate and collaborate with one another. Law enforcement in our country is highly decentralized, with more than 90% of services provided by state and local agencies through more than 18,000 different jurisdictions. State and local agencies would not be effective without the support of their federal colleagues, and our federal partners would be unable to perform their functions without the assistance of state and local agencies. Anyone suggesting that the United States Secret Service not rely on state and local agencies at these events is simply uninformed. At these events, local law enforcement works under the direction of the United States Secret Service, which must ensure that all agencies involved at the event have a clear understanding of their roles and responsibility. Law enforcement agencies provide valuable community insight that can be crucial in identifying potential risk and issues. They contribute resources, personnel, and support that augments the capabilities of the U.S. Secret Service to ensure that there's adequate staffing and all contingencies are covered. Local law enforcement should be part of the command post and communications center to facilitate real-time information sharing and rapid response to emerging situations. This collaborative planning process ensures that all potential risks are identified and mitigated, and that local officers are fully integrated into timely and coordinated responses. Our presence is a vital part of the security matrix, but the United States Secret Service ultimately is responsible and is the final arbiter of any security matters affecting their protectee and the public. Clear and constant communication between participating agencies and the United States Secret Service is crucial to ensure the security of the protectee and everyone at the event. All this said, there were critical failures of security at the event in Butler. It is important that we learn from these failures to better provide safety and security for our leaders moving forward, as in public also attending these events. In the coming election, we will have extraordinary challenges placed on our Secret Service as they provide security at sites all across this nation over the next 4.5 months. And I'm confident that state and local law enforcement agencies are well prepared and ready to assist the United States Secret Service in this mission. I want to pause for a moment, and I want to flag another issue that often creates unnecessary obstacles for agencies within working together in real time, and that being interoperable communications. In the aftermath of 9/11, Congress wisely established FirstNet to address the voice and data communication failures faced by officers, partners, and first responders. To facilitate full use of FirstNet's advanced capabilities, we strongly urge Congress to ensure that our nation's public safety organizations at all levels of government are aware of and fully leverage the critical communication lifeline. Further, Congress and the FCC must take all necessary steps to guarantee FirstNet's continued success and evolution. In conclusion, close collaboration between Secret Service and their advanced teams and in local law enforcement agencies provide indispensable support that ensures the safety and security of our nation's leaders and the public. These collaborative efforts should exemplify the very best in our interagency cooperation and underscore our collective commitment to national security. I want to thank you for the opportunity to appear here today, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Yos. And Colonel Parris, I just want to make sure I say this. You feel comfortable at any time to say, I'm sorry, this could compromise the investigation. These guys get this all the time. This is classified information. They're accustomed to that. So just, you know, they're gonna be cool with that, I assure you. Members will be recognized by order of seniority when we come back from votes, but we will take a recess and return 10 minutes after the last vote.